Hello everyone, my name is Grethade, and welcome to the gaming news for the week of June 22nd, 2018. As you may have noticed, I did not do a video of last week. There was a lot of news coming out of E3. There was a lot of people doing coverage of E3, and I felt that I just could not do it justice. As it were, there are plenty of people here on the site that covered the Ho Expo into great detail. I'd highly recommend checking out some of those channels. As for this week, let's take a look at a couple things that went down. First up, at the beginning of the week, the biggest piece of news that came out was the World Health Organization has recognized a gaming disorder as a mental health condition which is similar to a behavioral impulse control disorder, much like gambling. According to this release, there are 3 manifest behaviors that must be exhibited in order to be diagnosed with this condition. First, the person in question must exhibit impaired control over gaming, such as its frequency or a decreased ability to stop. Next, the behavior has to be so pervasive that it has to take priority or negatively affect other elements of daily life. Finally, gaming has to continue or escalate despite negative consequences. The guidelines do state that the behavior should be evident for at least a year before a clinical diagnosis can be made. Now, one of the doctors from the World Health Organization, Vladimir Pozniak, recently told CNN that millions of gamers around the world, even when it comes to intense gaming, would never qualify as people suffering from gaming disorder. At this point, I would like to remind people that an addiction is a chemical reaction to something. As defined by the American Psychiatric Association, addiction is a complex condition, a brain disease that is manifested by compulsive substance use despite harmful consequences. People with addiction, severe substance use disorder, have an intense focus on using certain substances such as alcohol or drugs. As it's listed on the website for the American Psychiatric Association, people can develop addiction to alcohol, marijuana, PCP, LSD, glue, opioids, sedatives, cocaine, methamphetamines, tobacco, etc. Now, what do those all have in common? They're all chemicals. Now, we happen to joke about the idea of injecting games into our veins, but we don't actually do that. It's not a chemical reaction. There's an underlying issue here, and that is a compulsive disorder and addictive behavior. Let's address the real issue here. Let's stop trying to weaponize and scapegoating gaming, as it were. All this type of report does is it makes advocates who try to scapegoat gaming as a violent addiction instead of what it truly is. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. Now, for the past 25 years, this has been a constant thing. It would be really, really nice if people just stopped and looked at the real issue here. Please. People can benefit from the idea of looking at the true issue here. Let's look at the compulsive issue. Let's not keep trying to blame video games for people's issues. Right. So, in lighter news, speaking of, quote, game addiction, end quote, you can't see it, but I'm actually doing air quotes. World of Warcraft, the weekend of June 22nd through June 24th, is offering a free-to-play weekend. That's right, if you had that addiction to stumble back into the world of Azeroth and explore what the world of Warcraft has to offer, you can do it for free for just this weekend. Yeah, why not? Maybe they're experimenting with something. I'm a little curious to see that. Maybe I'm looking too far into that. Maybe they're just trying to get people interested in the game again before Battle for Azeroth comes out in the very near future. Or we are closely approaching that date, and I suspect this is just a way to try to get people interested in the game again. in other news, it would appear that Red Dead Redemption 2 may actually exist on PC. Apparently, a developer who previously worked at Rockstar as a programmer for LA Noire and Grand Theft Auto 5 also listed Red Dead Redemption 2 in their work history, which included the PC platform. Now, lighter news, right? But I think this is actually a big win for PC gamers. Often we don't see Rockstar games coming out right away on the PC platform, but we know that the games do sell well on the platform when they do launch. Maybe this is just a secret that they're looking to roll out. Maybe this is just a leak. Maybe this was just an accidental listing. We don't know. Again, this is purely just a rumor based on a LinkedIn posting. Stay tuned for further details on this little tidbit. In other lighter news, Summer Games Done Quick, an annual charity event which raises money for Doctors Without Borders, kicks off this Sunday in Bloomington, Minnesota, and it runs to July 1st. This, guys, is basically the speed running Olympics in the video game culture world. If you are at all interested in checking out speed runs, it's highly recommended to go check out these guys. And, of course, it's for a great cause. And the last bit of news is Piranha Games has announced that Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries is going to be delayed until 2019. As it were, the president Russ Bullock said on Twitter, Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries is being delayed until 2019 so we can deliver the best single-player experience to date. As everyone knows, this is the first single-player experience Mechwarrior. As everyone knows, this is the first single-player experience Mechwarrior title released since 2002, and we are well aware of the responsibility and great opportunity we have in reintroducing Mechwarrior Online to the world. I have to applaud Piranha Games on this. Delaying a game is never an easy decision, but look, let's be honest here. If it means that the game is going to be good because you have delayed it, because you know there are things that need to be worked out, great. I cannot wait to see what they have to offer from Mechwarrior 5. As it were, I'm kind of a fan of the old Battletech Firestorm games. Those are a lot of fun. The Mechwarrior universe as a whole has a rich story and lore. Piranha Games, I hope this means you're doing it right. I really, really hope that this means you are doing this correctly. Time will tell what this truly looks like. I can't wait to see what Piranha Games has to offer from Mechwarrior 5. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that the news is lighter news. That tends to happen following E3 because, long story short, all the major developers, publishers, and gaming platforms just blew their loads at E3. So it's got to build up a little bit. We'll see what happens in the following weeks. As it were, ladies and gentlemen, my name's been Grethade. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.